Now let's check in on the top business story of the day, and Jameson Berkow joins us now from BNN. Good morning, Jameson.
Good morning, Kara.
Thank you so much for being here, and today we're talking pot.
We are. Well, I mean, we kind of have to, given what's been going on with the markets now, and we have the TSX at a new record high, and you can actually thank a pot producer for that. Canopy Growth's our largest marijuana producer in this country. They're $1 billion more valuable today than they were at the same time yesterday. And then, you could point to some practical explanations for that. There's a new investment fund on the New York Stock Exchange that includes Canopy, so there's some American investors that are able to get involved. They did just get approved. They can now convert an old tomato greenhouse, in Quebec. They can now grow pot in that warehouse. So there's some logical stuff. Plus, California is just days away from having a legal recreational market that's going to be about as big as Canada's. But it's difficult to really justify. I mean, that's a 20% surge in one day. 50% over the course of December. It's a lot of certainly mania, similar to what you see when people are kind of buying into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. There's just a lot of excitement and euphoria, and then people tend to pile into stocks that have that surrounding them.
Okay, so is that the reason that a lot of investment professionals are sort of weary of some of these stocks?
It's one of the main reasons, absolutely, Pira, especially when you look at the fact that, there's no real way to value what the market is going to be, right? I mean, you see some estimates that say it could be a $2 billion a year industry, could be a $5 billion, $10 billion industry. We don't really know how big it is right now because, of course, it's illegal right now. There's also this belief that governments are going to get it exactly right in terms of that big goal of taking that totally illicit market and moving it entirely into a legal market. So being able to do that and governments doing it exactly perfectly as they intend, I mean, history suggests that governments don't tend to do things perfectly every single time, especially when they're doing unprecedented things like they're doing right now.
Absolutely, that makes sense. Okay, well, story will obviously continue to develop over the next few months, and we'll continue to follow it.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being here, Jameson.
It's my pleasure.
That was